You want to know the best way to make money in the Crew Motorfest. Well, who better to tell you than me? Owning every single car in the game, having 91 million bucks, and that's earned legit. With over 1,500 hours in the game, a council of very good Motorfest players to help with deciphering what's the best and what isn't. Hours spent testing the information in this video, and the best person on this platform at turning Motorfest into some entertaining content. That's who. And that's my qualifications. So let's get into it. Let's begin with the tips you need to know to earn more money overall. First of all, in the driver menu, legend points, which are gained by getting levels in the main stage. You finish one of these tracks and you can start leveling up this one. You get, at the end of the month, 4, 4, 4 for any of these, plus the amount you had here, and that's added to your overall game level. And each level gets you 1 legend point up to 1,000. That then lets you start putting legend points here, and you want to put them on the top one, bucks gained. Only 20 because that's the max, but then after that what you want to do is go to put them on pure, extra pump, ventilated, rocket, resourceful, frenetic, and drifty. You really want tricky, but it doesn't really matter. And probably gold finder and lucky to get parts better. Speaking of getting parts better, parts grinding is its whole own beast. But let me at least tell you what you should aim for. This is how to earn the most money out of every single thing in this game. First, you want to test your luck, either grinding in races, getting parts that way, or using the merge system to get parts that way. Oh, would you look at that? Lucky, but not for money grinding. The part you're looking for is this bucks magnet. When you have 3, it boosts all bucks earned by 7%. When you have all 7, meaning every single part with the bucks magnet affix on it, you then get 15% boosted bucks across the whole game. Then you want to test your luck again with recalibrating, where you spend spare parts and money again and again in a pseudo gambling to either change what the affix is or get the same affix with a different percentage. You want to keep doing that on one of them until you get either bucks or pure, and then you switch to the other one to get whichever one you don't have already, and then you start going for the middle one to change the number. You want to put bucks on all of them, and then you want to put pure on 4 and extra pump on 3. The technique I'm describing reduces wastage completely. Like this. Now that I got pure, I'm not gonna put that to the highest percentage. Instead, I'm gonna go to the other one and try and get bucks first. Because any amount that I spend on changing the affix number, well, what if I get bucks at the top? Now I've wasted money if I go for either of them. This is an expensive thing to do, especially now that merging takes up a lot of your money. Unfortunately, there's not really a way of getting out of this. It's going to improve your bucks everywhere. You just kind of have to suck it up and do it. Although it is going to waste a lot of bucks before you start wasting more bucks. Oh no, I had the... Oh, damn it. Just like real life, you need money to make money. There we go. I feel like I actually got kind of lucky there. How long did that one take me? How much money did I lose? Speaking of sucking it up and just having to work towards it, no matter what, you're gonna need this thing. What you're looking at right now is the Red Bull RB14. Not the 18, not the 20, the RB14. Not the Disruption Edition, but that one's fine. Essentially, though, you want this thing. The Red Bull RB14. It is used in every single method in this video. It's not a cheap vehicle, but it is the vehicle you just must have. So, enjoy the game when you're starting up, play casually, have fun, but the moment you get enough money, get this thing. Because this thing's what will make you more money. In the pro settings, you want something like this. 0.25, 0.25, 10, 10. That just is the general makes your car turn a bit better settings in this game. Don't worry about why it works, it just does. No matter the method, it's all this thing. Speaking of methods, there's a lot of methods, like 5 different methods of money grinding. In fact, there's 3 iconic methods that are not going to be explained in this video, and I will not include in money guides further unless they trump the other 2. To trim the fat from these money guides, I'm only actually going to go into the 2 best ones. The first one that I'm not going to go into, but does deserve an honorable mention, is Vintage Garage. Is Kiss Me Combi, the 3rd event in the Vintage Garage playlist. With clean driving on and consistent runs, this one only nets you 900,000 bucks an hour. However, this one is really useful if you don't want to think while money grinding. You just want to play, watch someone else on the second monitor, not have to focus too much on what you're doing. So although I would understand if you use this method for those reasons, it's just not that good anymore. Feel free to use all the other information that I'm going to give here today and apply it to this if you want to. Another honorable mention probably goes to Grand Race. The thing is, it's skill-based. If you're worse at the game, you'll finish lower and you'll get less money. Timing also fluctuates depending on what specs. Street Tier 1, Motocross, Monster, gonna take a lot longer than AGP Street 2 Hyper. So this goes up and down way too much, but you'll probably earn a fair bit if you're a better player. But I'm not here to gatekeep for the sweats, I'm here to give you some useful information for new and established players. But of course, the Grand Race will also be unique every time you do it, so that kind of helps, just for boredom's sake. An extra thing to note is every now and then they've been doing 100% and 50% boosts on playlists and Grand Race. So, and look, it's the only time I can reasonably ask for this, because I will make videos whenever those boosts are going on. So, subscribe if you want to keep up to date, because sometimes those boosts will make something way better than anything in this video for that week. The first of the 2 methods is riding in my Buick. This is the first event in the Donk vs Lowrider playlist on the Lowrider side. You have to finish this playlist, meaning buying both cars, the Caprice and the Buick, and then playing the playlist all the way through on both sides to unlock Reconfigure, which is when you can go back to events you've already done and instead change them from playlist configuration to custom configuration, which lets you change the parameters of the event. This method almost also got hit with the chopping block for just not being good enough. Without the information I'm about to give you, you would only make about 950,000 bucks an hour with this. Just not worth it. But with the tips I'm gonna give you, you'll make over 200,000 bucks more, meaning 1.15 million bucks an hour. Once you've set it to custom mode, you also want to make sure that the time and the weather is set to midday, just for ease of play, and make sure you have clean driving on. We're actually going to care about clean driving for this. The vehicle you want to go for is the Red Bull RB14, as mentioned at the beginning of this video, and not a single thing matters in the difficulty menu. So what makes this race so much better? Well, it's focusing on keeping that clean driving bonus. Because you're not only losing the clean driving bonus and the money on the clean driving bonus, but you lose the ability to have a perfect clean driving bonus, which gives you even more money. So start getting better at using the AGP vehicle. Stop risking shortcuts like this one. If you know you're gonna hit something at the very end, don't take it. It doesn't slow you down that much. If you're bad at that shortcut, then stop taking it, because the time you're gonna lose is not worth it based on just how much more you'll make for that clean driving perfect bonus. At the end of this tunnel, always be careful, slam on the brakes, you will hit the end there. There's also a new sign over there, which is easy to hit, so avoid that too. Now the big problem comes at this, what used to be a really big shortcut, but they changed it and moved it so that it's not as big as a shortcut as it used to be. For this turn here, you of course want to slow down, take the turn normally, and then just wait till you get the tick. Then turn hard left, but make sure you're focusing on getting a clean landing, or else you'll lose your clean driving bonus. Not being able to hit that consistently will ruin your long-term gains from this event. Oh god, I feel like I'm some kind of self-help crypto scammer coach. If you don't dunk your ice in water and rub banana peels on your face at 4 a.m. every morning, you're ruining your long-term financial goals. Financial security, crypto, investment. Money. Course. Buzzword. Buzzword, buzzword, buzzword. That's what I meant about that shortcut. And look, I'm not saying that you need to hit it every single time. I'm just saying that you need a base level of consistency that actually makes this run worth it. I hit it every time when I calculated it, back to back. So here, there's really specific ways to take it that you don't hit what I just hit, or hit a weird angle, which also lowers your clean driving. Instead, do it as much as you need, turning after the two poles, hitting the ground as nicely as you can, like that. I don't know how to explain it, it's kind of just eyeballing it. At least once you're getting used to it. Then it just becomes like muscle memory of the soft spot where you take it. Okay, let's give it a good shot. Round this way, wait till I get the tick, and then hard left at the two poles. And just aim to land flat and not on anything. There you go. As simple as that. That wasn't even an angle that I've hit before. You want to go right here, then carry on forward. At this bit here, you want to slow down because it's difficult to get through that without hitting something if you're going too fast. Other than that, I mean, just drive as usual. Don't try anything funny there. In fact, I don't even risk going for the corner cut here, just for consistency's sake. Same here, no corner cut because just don't need to. But there's one cut coming up that is just consistent enough, in fact, very consistent. Slam here, aim for this bush, and to the left of the bins. That is so easy to do that it's worth doing it every single time. Just for how much it saves as well. There we go, a 259. What a run. That was a good run. Whoa. And instead of making just the 8K that we make from the clean driving, we get an extra for every 3 minutes played. 13,000 plus the buff affixes, 65,000 per 3 minutes. The absolute best money method in the game at 1.3 million bucks per hour. Quite the jump, an extra 200,000, but a much more complicated race is E-xpress. This event in the Electric Odyssey playlist, which to do, you'll have to complete the Electric Odyssey playlist, meaning buying the Porsche Taycan and then playing it from start to finish. That will then unlock going back to E-xpress and putting it in custom configuration. Then you want clean driving on, however it's impossible to keep. It'll just get you a fair bit more money. But in the difficulty, you need to make sure rewind is off. This method will not work if it's not off. People suggest doing this in a hypercar. I completely recommend against it. Using a hypercar brings you all the way down to 1.08 mil per hour. So even less than riding in my Buick. Instead, all reliable Red Bull RB14. This is the route. Let me show you everything you need to do, and bear in mind, at the very beginning, you want to go light on the throttle, maybe half throttle at the most. Then, once you've actually started rolling, slam the throttle, turn around, beeline it for the road. That is what's going to get you the perfect start. Then you just follow the waypoint. The bridge can be annoying because of traffic. After the waypoint, here you go right, you go in between these trees and get to the road. Then after that, left and respawn now, once you pass the gates. Make sure you save your NOS, tap your NOS to get up to speed as much as you can. Light on the steering, AGP is not nice off-road. Then once you get to this tree, you aim for the left of it to get to the road cleanly. And then again, you follow the waypoint until this bit here. You continue on the road, go left a bit, then round this turn. Using this turn, you then start beelining it for the end of the race. Going this way instead of the way you might already know is much better, because in AGP, the off-road slowdown is way too harsh. This way, you not only get to jump, but you're on the road for longer. It's on average way quicker than the other route you may not. And then at the end, you're gonna have to wait this out, but then spam respawn as soon as that shows up. That's how you do this consistently enough to make enough money per hour. all my times and money calculated in this video were calculated with the restart time in mind. And that's the best ways to make money in the Crew Motorfest. Thank you so much for watching. In a